Singapore. 10 fun facts and 3 great games. 1. Tiny but mighty. At first glance, Singapore might be hard to spot because it's just 280 square miles, smaller than New York City. But don't let its size fool you. It's one of the richest and most advanced countries in the world. In just a few decades, Singapore transformed from a small trading port into a financial powerhouse with the world's busiest port. 2. 4 official languages. Singapore is a melting pot of cultures, and that's reflected in its languages. English is the main language because of how internationally linked the city is. But Malay is the national language, and many people speak Mandarin and Tamil too. With all the different languages you'll hear, just walking through Singapore is like a mini world tour. 3. Cleanest city in the world. Ever notice how spotless Singapore is? That's because of its strict laws against littering. Spitting on the street? That's a fine. Throwing trash? That's a big fine. And chewing gum? Illegal. You can't even buy it unless you have a special medical prescription. It might sound harsh, but it's why the city is so polished. 4. The Singapore dollar rules. If you ever visit Singapore, you'll have to know its currency. And Singapore uses the Singapore dollar, abbreviated SGD. 100 US dollars will get you around 130 Singapore dollars. And what's cool is that it's interchangeable with the Brunei dollar at a 1-1 rate. That means if you ever visit Brunei in Southeast Asia, your Singapore dollars will work just fine. 5. Hainanese chicken rice is the culinary king. Singapore is a food paradise, and the most beloved of them all is its national dish, Hainanese chicken rice. This simple but flavorful dish comes with tender chicken, aromatic sauce, and delicious dipping sauces. If you visit Singapore, it should be your first meal. 6. Super trees are real. Singapore might be a city, but it makes up for it with its plants. At Gardens by the Bay, you'll find giant glowing super trees. They're 50 meters tall and covered in plants, and at night, they light up with a stunning show. It's like stepping into a sci-fi movie. 7. Fastest public transport ever. Forget traffic jams or delayed trains. Singapore's MRT, or Mass Rapid Transit, is one of the fastest, cleanest, and most efficient train systems in the world. In fact, you can get across the entire city in just 40 minutes. Wow!
8. One of the safest places on Earth. Singapore has incredibly low crime rates. You can leave your phone on the table, step away, come back, and it'll still be there. That's because of its strict laws, but also because of its strong community spirit. Combined, they make Singapore one of the safest cities in the world. 9. A foodie's dream. Singapore's food scene is legendary, filled with all sorts of meat, noodles, and fried foods. Besides chicken rice, you can try chili crab, a spicy, messy, and delicious dish, and laksa, a flavorful coconut curry noodle soup. Food here is serious business, and hawker centers, also known as food courts, serve up world-class meals at cheap prices. 10. Epic attractions. Singapore is packed with must-visit places, all in a small area. Marina Bay Sands has the world's highest infinity pool, while Sentosa Islands is home to Universal Studios and beautiful beaches. And don't forget Merlion Park, where you'll see the famous half-lion, half-fish statue, the symbol of Singapore. Here are 3 great games kids in Singapore play. Chapta is a fun kicking game played with a special toy that looks like a small shuttlecock with colorful feathers, but you could also just tie together feathers and bottle caps to make it. The goal is to keep the chapta in the air using only your feet. No hands allowed. To play, drop the chapta from your hand and kick it up with your foot. Try not to let it touch the ground or your hand. You can then use the inside of your foot, the top of your foot, or even your knee to keep it bouncing. Play alone to see how many times you could kick it up without dropping it, or play with friends by passing it to each other. The player who keeps the chapta in the air the longest, or does the most kicks in a row, wins. It's a great game to play outside, and it helps you get better at balance and control. Try it and see how many kicks you can do. Eagle catching the chicks is another fun choice. One player is the eagle, another is the mother hen, and the rest are chicks standing in a line behind the hen. The eagle tries to catch the chicks, while the mother hen spreads her arms to block the eagle. If they are behind the mother hen's arms, the chicks are safe, but the mother hen has to be moving around, so the chicks must follow the hen's movements to stay safe. The first chick caught becomes the next eagle. 0 Point is a fun jumping game played with a long rubber band rope. You can play it with your friends. The rubber band rope is made by tying many rubber bands together, but you could also play it with a real rope. 2 players stand far apart and hold the rope. At the start, the rope is low, touching the ground at their ankles. The other players take turns jumping over it. If you jump over, you go to the next level. The rope gets higher and higher, first at the knees, then the waist, then even the shoulders or head. If you touch the rope or don't jump high enough, you lose your turn. The game keeps going until only one player can still jump over. That player is the winner. As you get better, you can jump in different ways: 1 foot, 2 feet, spinning, or even flipping.